Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Tuesday, the 28th day of January, 2025. It is Tuesday of the third week of the year, the third week in Ordinary Time. It is day 3 of Catholic Schools Week here on the campus of the Franciscan School. Morning drop-off is happening. Today is also Pajama Day. So yesterday was Hat Day, Chrissy Hat Day. Now today is Pajama Day. So I don't know. I can't see anybody yet in pajamas, but they are around and everybody has their pajamas on, doing pajama things. As we celebrate this third day of Catholic Schools Week, it is also 1 month until my birthday. Yay! So 1 month is coming. My birthday's coming. So all kinds of things. There's kind of pajamas. Yeah, there's a little bit of pajamas right there. So on this Pajama Day. So today is also, without wanting to diminish it in any way, today is also the memorial of St. Thomas Aquinas, the great Dominican theologian, the great Dominican scholar of the Middle Ages, basically whose theology has continued to shape the Catholic Church in a lot of ways. Much to the chagrin of us Franciscans, because Thomas's theology was chosen over John Duns Scotus's theology, and so we have a more Dominican bent, to our theological way of looking at things than we do a Franciscan bent. So we're trying to rectify that somewhat so that we can share the work of understanding God and God's will and who God is for us amongst all this. But remembering all of Dominicans today, especially those that are in schools, all kinds of educational institutions. Good morning. And the work that they do in those places. So today's readings, Hebrews continues talking about sacrifice. Now, and again, it's interesting how the author to the letter to the Hebrews weaves in the understanding of sacrifice and what it means. He speaks of one sacrifice offered once a year, Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Again, the one sacrifice that is done to expiate sins, to take sins away, and again. Was that truly worth it? Did it do its job? Should it have done its job? Should it have done something different? What have you? All these kinds of things. And basically what the author of Hebrews then says is that because of what Jesus does, and look at those guys, sort of in pajamas, maybe. Here's kind of pajamas over here. There's some little pajamas, yes, and a instrument of some sort. Anyway, so do sacrifices work? Should they work? Whatever. But then the author goes into talking about again what Jesus has done, because the sacrifices were just not enough, and it wasn't really any. They weren't doing anything, and even he quotes Isaiah where God says, these sacrifices, are not really helpful to me. They don't do anything for me. So why do you keep doing them? And then again likens it again to what Jesus has done, and because of the offering of his body on the cross, again sin has been taken away. Again, all those things that stand in the way of our relationship with God has been taken away. There is no talk of the sacrament of penance. It does not exist. It does not exist at this time, and it comes into being much later. Again, within our history as a church, the importance is remembering what Jesus's life has done for us, and how it has created this link and this bond between God and ourselves that was never lost, but that we kept thinking was, and we kept thinking never ever could ever be repaired. So this is what our God has done for us, and Hebrews basically mentions that and highlights that with an exclamation point on it at this part of the letter. In Mark's Gospel today, Jesus seems to give a backhanded slap to his family because again he is preaching in a home or in a place in Galilee, and it says that his mother and his brothers have come and want to see him. Again, why do they want to see him? Because again, they still do not understand what's going on. If he is a contractor, a carpenter, whatever it is, he has left the family business and is now going off and doing these things that really they don't know if he should be doing at all, and what authority does he have to do these kinds of things? And so they want to take him home because they think in some ways perhaps he's lost his mind. Hello, good morning, my peoples. But what does Jesus say? Well, again, who are my mother and my father, or who are my brothers, and whatever it is? It's those who listen to the word of God and follow it. Again, a seemingly disconnection of Jesus with his family life, or a kind of denial in some ways of Jesus's responsibilities, to his family and to his family life. Again, the sense of this change, again, that is happening within him, and this change that is now moving him away from what was an ordinary daily life in Galilee to now becoming something that is going to be a sign of God's presence among God's people. A blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. A blessed third day of Catholic Schools Week. May the Lord give you his peace. And there is one of our other peoples. Have a good day.